if there's anything to take from that reset we just watched, there's definitely a renewed sense of urgency from Zomba. Now, it went from like kind of coasting before to like, yo, Delta Force, what? Bomb. Bomba.
TNT made it about himself. That's fine.
Dude, like, yo, wait your turn, dick. Nah, it's like a renewed sense of like, yo, Zomba is finally like in it right now, feeling a lot more comfortable with the aggression. It's like, and we need that right now against Zero.
Yeah, you need some way to force your initiative up against Syrup right now, because in the previous set we saw it evolve, is the word I'm going to use, into Syrup feeling comfortable enough to go like throw hands with R.O.B without tools. Like, that's the confidence that Syrup was dealing with. So Zomba needs to match that confidence and then some. And coming off of a tight win against a fiery opponent is certainly a way to boost your confidence.
Nice parry there out the corner from Zomba. Again, out holding the control very well. Up for those beams, and the gyro from center stage to catch Syrup on the back foot. Another far robo beam. Catch Zara getting overextending. Gonna catch him with that back air again. Zomba looking much stronger here in center stage. And again, putting his foot forward here in the beginning of this set.
Trying to make stuff happen, forcing the gold tools out from Syrup, who needs a faster mining loop, needs some of these, the block recovery ASAP, and trying to get access to this diamond as soon as possible. Mining the gold instantly as well. There's the diamond. Probably not going to mine it now, but you've gotten all the time in the world with just these two high blocks. Pivot to the diamond. Not going to take the stock, but Syrup's in perfect condition to snowball from here with the second diamond. We are well into that mining loop.
Oh, we are in a plethora of iron right now. Looking very comfortable as of right now. Not going to renew the crafting table just yet. Now keeping Zomba at bay. Zomba's still sitting here with a nice lead. 150 though, just biding his time. Just giving Syrup all the time in the world. Renew his tools, getting those material bar back up, and then for situation here again. Trying to jump in there, that singular piece of stone, getting the slow micros like you mentioned earlier, setting space there, forcing Zomba to be aware of that in the back of his mind. Dude, so much iron in the back pocket, so much pressure, getting the jab away. And again, another diamond. I think it's like the fourth diamond of the stock.
Yeah, he's got diamonds for the rest of the game.
Fifth. Oh my God.
Absolutely plenty of them, but Zomba is committed just to...
Yo, we are close to some diamond chest armor right now.
Imagine.
Yo, hold on. Is this peak Steve, bro? Have we not discovered it yet?
Edois armor is back.
Oh, here we go. Rivals reference.
Always gonna find it.
Yeah.
This is a very different approach to the matchup that Zomba usually goes for. He's not one for playing this far back so frequently, but he's just daring Syrup to make something happen. It's like, I have a lead. I know I'm the one in command of the game just by pure numbers perspective. Do something about it. And dash attack at center stage at 150 is going to do something about it. But at 105 already, Zomba's still in the driver's seat, but wow.
That's 3 hits, 5%. And a grab, of course. Catching him, dumping all the way back in there, looking to find a landing here from Zomba. Going to barely scoop him up. The back end of that up tilt, the double wall, keeping you safe inside your little zone. The one piece of stone going to catch you out there, the up tilt and the up air. Still not going to do a great DI there from Syrup. Up in the minecart, getting him out of the corner. Grabbing that gyro. Okay, wait a minute. See, what will he do?
Oh, okay. That could have been insane. I wonder if he landed a little sooner, might have been able to get an up smash out, but forward smash instead doesn't quite connect, but still kind of reestablishes the same position as earlier that Zomba wanted to be in. Like, hey, now I can play nickel and dime with Steve at max range, do like dash attack fair and then retreat, and just play this long game and see how it takes me. But Syrup looks comfortable enough playing this game, willing to take some damage, knowing he can explode at a moment's notice.
Catch Zomba drifting back. They're going to catch him there with the bat. Recognizing Syrup again, like a lot when you play all of these passive players, those jumps. Not like immediately getting more aggressive, just like playing passive and then boom, jump scare. Catching you on the back foot with that back air right there. And again, the same kind of style, slowing it down, only down 58%. As Steve, no matter too much, big jab train to a forwarder coming out, big pick loop, 60%, nothing to scoff at here, especially if you grip back on. Another conversion here could be the end of this game. Zomba's got to be careful.
Yeah, the percents are too even right now for Zomba to play too far back. Has to keep the pressure up. Double roll, trying to set up for a back air placement, but it just got nicked away by that sword and air out of shield. putting down some blocks, has plenty of iron to spare. But Zomba's just slowly starting to get whittled down. Oh, placed a bunch of iron, did not put out the down air.
Trying to make an iron golem right there. Back in with the Elytra, waiting for Zomba to offer that back and overextend. But the back hit of that Nair, setting space, catching Syrup, overextending there. Gonna take game number 1. And again, similar to game 1 in Winners Finals, man, like, feelings are out to the max. Taking that very, very slow. And Zomba definitely making a statement here. Like you mentioned earlier, Zomba not typically the kind of player who likes to take a very, very passive approach to take a step back and let the teams do their thing. This is like, I don't think I've ever seen him play against a team like this, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah,
At least not typically.
Yeah, he's usually much more willing to destroy the blocks and play that disciplined mid-range game where you're always forcing Steve to be a little bit uncomfortable. Always play around R.O.B, play around gyro, just like gyro toss range, not even the item toss, but just the actual down B toss. Like that type of range. But I guess whether it be between respecting Syrup's offensive and on-hit game so much, or playing to the power of Pokemon Stadium 2, hence the stage swap, that Syrup was also not really approaching to try and play into Steve's gameplay loop, but Zomba seems perfectly okay with not messing with it.
Zomba camper era, bro. Are you here for it?
It could happen. It could happen. And you know, if things like this keep happening, I could see if it happens a little faster.
32% coming out from Syrup, building the iron tools immediately. So we're gonna get back into the mixer, catching him. The second Syrup slows down, he's in there like swimwear, chasing him down. And they're rolling there, up tilt, and F smash not gonna do it. But again, the awareness from Syrup to catch that defensive option from Zomba all the way out there, gonna find that Nair. The platform keeping him safe on small battlefield. Reporter coming out, gyro in hand as well. We catch a get-up option here from Syrup, getting all the way back into that pistol. There we go. Banker getting it back on the back foot. There we go.
Oh, opportunity, but avoiding the platform. Up smash whiff. That's the first time I've seen a scoop hitbox on Steve up smash whiff on a character like R.O.B. What a trade between the two. And he made it back from all the way in the blast zone with no other resources but the Elytra. What an on-stage interaction, but Syrup walks with the lead out of that. Looks to trying to keep expanding this lead. Iron Tools still on deck, probably not going to build that diamond anytime soon. Just going to try and see if he can get some more iron or get some more anything.
Oh, the gyro Knight actually going to be to his detriment right there. Not finding the up smash. The catch him jumping in there with the down smash. Now, with lacking materials here, any situation, Zomba would definitely want to push his luck right now, you know? Syrup's down materials, need to get in there and make it aggressive right now. As I say, they're immediately nearing those walls, catching there, the gyro as well. Material bar back up, gonna catch him jumping in place there. Syrup blocks, catching him jumping in there with a forward air. Syrup looking to catch Zomba, drifting back into, especially dropping down with that gyro. A little bit of present from the center stage. Oh, gonna get out of their situation. Gonna catch him and jumping immediately back in there with the up smash.
Zomba's Game 1 game plan was so predicated on the fact that Pokemon Stadium 2 is built the way it was, but with the wider platforms that are a little bit lower to the ground on small battlefield, the less distance between each platform, and the general smaller stage size in general is just really stopping Zomba from finding the same positions he was in Pokemon Stadium 2, where he's just out of the reach for Syrup to do anything but make a high commitment push to start some offense. And over the course of this game, it's really manifested into a 2-1 lead, where Zomba just is always on the back foot, teching on the block, but now there's no block to tech on. Back air the second time, and a shake of the head. Zomba getting the set tied up 1-1, going back to the drawing board for the stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I was a little bit of a gape. I'm a little mouth agape right there. The situation, the ending there. The package was really funny. Just the back. Oh yeah. What about that? Oh, back in again.
Yeah.
Kind of funny. No, but it's just. I feel like that might be. I mean, we might have seen in real time why Zomba is so deterred from playing that typical turtle playstyle. Was it's much more stage dependent than his normal playstyle. You know, it's you can't play Super Camber Zomba Extreme on Smashville, on Hollow Bastion. on small battlefield to an extent, you know? Yeah, on PS2, now it's like, you think about that, it's like, do I even want to do that again? I win this game, sure, but then we go back to some other stage, and I can't go back here for game 5. Do I want that?
And Pokemon Stadium 2 is traditionally one of Steve's best stages for an innumerable amount of reasons. And are you willing to try and commit to exactly going on stages like Final Destination or PS2 in order Town and City to try and...
Even then, it's like the explosive nature of those stages. I think there's a lot of holes in this gameplay, you know? I think we just solved our own question.
Yeah, but I respect him trying something different, like trying to evolve the hyper defensive, like run away from Steve until he approaches you style versus the disciplined mid-range, like poking style that Zomba usually takes. There's something in the middle between both of those that would allow Zomba to find the amount of success he wants against Syrup. But maybe it's not going to come this set. Maybe it will, though, because that was a really, really solid pickup bouncing between blocks and finding a huge back air to even up the set count, or the stock count, excuse me.
Big no combo coming out from Syrup there, 68%. Not going to find the finish just yet, but Gyro back in here once more. Zomba, no access to it, just mainly smashing it back up from him. Taking that off of the table after coming out, not going to find that Robo Beam. Immediately getting back to ledge with the Elytra, avoiding it, going deep under that once more. Not going to find the pick up there with the back air. And now, waiting back. Nice DI to avoid that diamond back air from Syrup. Zomba again, the hurtbox shift with the Robo Beam. But that back air is finally going to land. Not going to do it just yet. The wall keeping you back into the corner. Little piece of iron there. His own backer dropping down from ledge. Zomba finally putting some more pep in Syrup step. Fighting back here in this corner. Ooh, nice challenge there on the minecart.
Yeah, cutting down every opportunity available for Syrup in a traditional sense. Some of these high back airs and just general button placements have been pretty clutch for Zomba. But Syrup finds his way back and is just putting out that big inevitable button. Like diamond back air just does so much. Looking for a ledge trump too, but no dice. Stealing the ledge, stealing the corner, looking for something more. Is out of range, can't place blocks there. Nice commitment from Zomba to cover the ledge. Syrup just drifted a little bit too far back. Pokemon Stadium 2 already has a really high up block prevention limit, so you can't really place blocks under the stage. Nice awareness on the side of Zomba to pick that up, though the minecart into up smash will even up the stock count.
Back to the wall here, looking to keep himself safe on the ledge. Running back out of the corner. Oh, Syrup waiting patiently here for Zomba to come back with a super high recovery. Not going to challenge that whatsoever. Syrup going to find a nice little 58% and counting here. Back from ledge. The pressure that shield accordingly with the back air. Coming out there again. Zomba just rolling out of there. Not wanting to challenge Syrup when he's on this tirade. Jumping back in there with the diamond back air. Stone wall back up once more. Another diamond in the back pocket. Repairing those tools. Zomba needs something soon, especially with the empowered minecart back in the corner right there.
Scary situation to be in as the stuck on multiple blocks. Syrup starting to use some of these stray materials and intermittent with the giant back air swings that he's been going with. Absolutely swinging that pickaxe as much as possible in between the minecart for movement. And now Zomba back to the fray, trying to force Gyro and Robo Beam to keep Syrup on the back foot, force him to constantly recur these resources, but time after time, it just leads us to these kind of stalemates here, Momo, where I'm just waiting and both players seemingly biding their time for something big to happen, like a dash attack to force Zomba off stage. An opportunity for Syrup to end this game, but Zomba makes it back.
Late in there, gonna give him closer to save him from that backer. The Gyro coming out into the Robo and going high from Syrup. They got again with the high nair as we saw earlier. Now the minecart, in case he does not, Able coming out, bringing all of the materials, no piece of iron left, literally nothing to get back with the Elytra. And Zomba gonna bide his time, gonna find the late nair on ledge, burning that material bar slowly but surely. There's nothing left. You force the ledger back to ledge, higher percent, find that late nair. There's nothing else you can save in that perspective. And there we go. Zomba finally up 2-1 in this set.
Pokemon Stadium 2, it's been the ace in the hole in the long games. It gives Zomba places to retreat without feeling too out of position by the lack of platforms on a stage like FD or the rotating platforms on a stage like Town and City. It's the perfect amount of space that Zomba has really found a lot of comfort in that hybrid, defensive, opportunistic type of style. So for game 4, Syrup switches up again. We're going to Battlefield, seeing what Syrup has at his disposal to try and shift up Zomba's game flow.
That TND immediately out of there. Zomba, again, now honestly we're taking the repress approach to Battlefield here of all places, into the PS2. And Syrup, of course, going to find that one grab, 50% off of that. Earlier back in the game, finding good ladder percentage. Back in the stage there with the gyro toss. Zomba, the patient gameplay coming on spades here, especially considering Zero Bar. A little lacking, but falls out of that up smash. There we go. Dude, how do we go from like insane Sonic to
Dude, this is making me go insane.
What is this? What game is this?
This is
the numbers, Mason. What do they mean?
I forget what's
the beeps, Mason.
This is like the
what do they mean?
The Mario Bros thing, like with the arcade one, I think.
Yeah, I still hate it.
Yeah, it's no disagreements there, but
who picked this song? I need a name.
No clue. Probably Syrup.
Probably.
Zomba starting to apply that extra pressure, seeing how much Syrup is respecting the fact that Zomba typically is one to disengage, has been disengaging a lot in this set. He's out in dividends in order to hold on to this first stock.
Bring up that gyro there, looking to reset once more. Here with the diamond tools online, looking to get in there and close the stock sooner rather than later. Not going to find that minecart out of the corner just yet. Zomba going to that top platform, sitting up there with the crafting table. Again, opting for the fade back to jump in there with the back airs. And Zomba has adapted pretty well at this point, recognizing at this point in the stock, Syrup just waiting for either the minecart or the back air and punishing accordingly.
We're just jumping around. Yeah, we're back in like game 1 type of territory where Zomba feels no pressure in pushing when finds himself in some type of advantage, but willing to play the full stage game as long as needed in order to take this win. And Battlefield's platforms are kind of getting in the way of that. At the start, they helped Syrup with some conversions, but right now it's been a little bit forcing Syrup to feel a little bit stuck, it seems like. The F tilt the other way for coverage. Only some raw material blocks and one piece of iron left for Syrup to make use of at 168 max rage, but diamond tools, but no stock remaining. Excellent pickup and no diamond to recover. This is Zomba's game all the way through. We'll see if Syrup can find a way to fight back. A quick combo, but gold tools do wood-based damage if if an iron-based knockback, I believe. So it's not as much as it could be.
Yeah. And now Zomba looking to keep his footing here again. One stock away from resetting the bracket right now. Big point blank Robo being able to find so much damage. Zomba they're gonna find a pickup there. Double up tilt into the up smash. Hey man, that's wood damage, but that magma block is not changing anytime soon.
Not at all. And that nil combo came just at the nick of time for Syrup in order to bring this game into well within spitting distance. 90% is certainly a lot, but one conversion can mean a whole world with these diamond tools. Finds one spike, needs another! Oh, he BBR'd it! He did
BBR in the bottom of the blast zone?
You're past the place that you can put any block, so you just do a phantom block reverse. You're forcing Zomba's already SDIing away, anticipating another forward air coming out. He doesn't want to get spiked again. So he's trying to force the sour hit of forward air, the non-spiking hitbox, and just takes perfect advantage of it with that insanely fast turnaround. Syrup grabbed the rabbit out of the hat and evened up this set.
That is the coolest Steve thing you will see ever. If you don't understand any of the complexities that went behind that, that was sick. Recognizing you're low enough where you can't place the blast and use that to your advantage, like, you know what? I'm going to get a back air off of this, knowing where he's going to go and checkmating him for his own idea. Nuts. We're in game 5, Uble.
Spontaneously, all of the sudden, we have found ourselves in a game 5, and we were talking about momentum at the beginning of this set, and Syrup might have just wrestled all of it away from Zomba in one fell swoop.
That is completely, like, that's a core of robbery right there. Take momentum right back into your favor. Picking up those wood walls already, getting the materials up as soon as you can in this game. And Zomba, if anything, he's playing angry right now. I still look at the end of that last game. Bro, he wants his reset more than he needs there, but he needs it more than ever. Great recovery, don't mind.
We'll see if Syrup ends up giving it to him. No iron because of the iron tools. End up crafting and burning 4 iron blocks. certainly tough because it means there's no big reversals. You're just playing standard Smash Brothers, and Syrup in mid-air with only blocks, and Steve's not great mobility means you're a sitting duck to all of Zomba's up tilts and beyond. Perfectly placed from Zomba to try and regain some composure. Missing the nil follow-up there, so nothing more than exactly what you see on stage as Syrup once again so behind the 8-ball on Zomba's cool and composed neutral.
Coming out to the forward air.
Hello.
And drag him up, watching the roll and the up tilt into the up smash. Very good conversion there from Syrup. Getting the stock out here. Zomba immediately getting back in there. The up though, into the back. You're not going to find that one, but still challenging him behind those walls. Big footing here. Syrup, of course, going to find a lot of damage off of those nails with the iron tools. 50% counting even more on the top platform. No finisher needed right there.
We're seeing every Steve thing, I feel like. We're seeing we saw nil conversions into up smash in multiple facets. Whatever happened in final stock of game 4. And
I feel like I'm watching a Steve guide right now. It's like we're watching different like topics of the video coming up. Like it's the full textbook.
Various tech chase setups, and nils to set up blocks faster. Like Syrup is starting to just steadily lock into that fully optimized state that we know he can just kind of sometimes tap into. The golden back air strikes true, evening up the percent count. Placing one block, seeing how it goes, and snatches with the golden minecart, but was just a little bit too far in order to convert off of it, and you have R.O.B's recovery to deal with. That just makes it not worth it. No pickaxe, though. So losing forward air and back air at this juncture is kind of critical.
Find anything or burning the crowd, people not get that pickaxe after at least another couple seconds. We can find something to blow up this game and catch that near to challenge that minecart. You're on that stone block. Syrup waiting for a miracle to close the stock out first. Not looking too likely. Gonna find the Randy F smash because, hey man, that's the only thing you had right there.
Yeah, it was a sword and a dream. Sword axe and dream.
Is it really Randy F smash if you had nothing else? Like,
yeah, especially with gold tools, might as well swing it. It's faster, it's safer, it's everything in between. You lose the stock there, but you get 3 iron back and an invincibility to craft diamond tools. It is final stock of game 5, reset on the line, or the Garden Brawl tournament winner of the last one, Syrup, might get a chance to repeat.
Grab that shield, big damage here on these diamond tools. Finally getting some decent materials back out of your back pocket. Letting on the top left, Zomba looking to find an opening here. The wall is in the back corner, looking to challenge him on that right side battlefield platform. Diamond in the back once more, looking to renew those tools. Had the right there as well. Now Zomba looking to challenge him there, renewing the pickaxe. Did not want to lose in this last hit scenario. Their wall coming out. The challenge with that air on the second minecart. Looking there with a forward air. Somehow makes his way back.
Still had the blocks there that he could retreat behind. Pulls out the minecart in order to regain center stage, but we're losing access to a lot of our typical conversions. Instead, Zomba is finding the right spots to close things down, just putting shield up in time. Tried to put out a back air, but barely with his timing. Syrup puts out an up smash. Seeing if he can force Zomba into the wrong position. Tries for a drag down up there, but up to one more time, and we're going to a reset.
Zomba finally keeping himself composed here. That last hit scenario, keeping it close to the chin, closing it out. 3-2 in the first set of grand finals, bringing us to a reset here at Garden Brawl 2025.
This set's hype. It's hype because they know each other so well. Like it is putting together. Like we're seeing experimentation on both sides, right? Like the Syrup trying to find the optimized conversions to hit Zomba's R.O.B and how he's been SDIing, how he's been playing, counterplaying those opportunities. And sometimes the combos are just work on R.O.B, but sometimes Zomba's SDI or DI in general is just perfect. Meanwhile, we're seeing Zomba experiment with seemingly like 2 or 3 different playstyles, trying to find the perfect merger of how does R.O.B beat Steve, the book of the diary, the game. Like, it's all coming to a head. Game true finals, game 1.
You can defeat Steve the man, you can't defeat the idea. Just leave that there. Sit with that one for a second. You have 3 seconds of silence. Sit with that. And that's a stock from Zomba. Thank you, Zomba, for closing the silence right there.
Yeah. Defeating Steve the man, not the idea.
Yeah, there you go, exactly. Full circle.
Yeah, we all made it there. Oh man, this is a Pokemon Stadium 2 is typically such a Steve-dominated stage. You can just hear Steve players talk about like how good it is in all manner of ways, and Zomba's rewriting the script. It's like, no, Rob wins on this stage and is showing exactly why. Or at least attempting to.
Honestly, I mean, it's working out in spades for him right now. Down throw coming out. Find the other up tilt. The upper is going to close. No, it's not going to close it out. Great down from Syrup. Still the back with the Robo Beam. And the Nair! Yo, the reverse Nairs this game have been kooky.
They've been on point. Just finding the strongest, most immediate hitbox on top of the burner boost to get out there. Zomba, renewed composure. Some nice, a second wind, if you will. A second PK win.
PK win! Reference, bro.
References,
this is what we call lateral storytelling. Robo Beam coming out, fully charged. Gyro out of the corner as well. Low minecart gonna find that good hit for you right there. There, looking to close stock out as soon as he can, even with the empowerment right there. Gyro Robo Beam coming out as well. Another gyro toss out of the corner. Avoid that legend right there. Big backer coming out for him. Up tilt. Still can't find anything off of that trade. Zomba, one clean hit. Taking his stock. Game number 1 with the 3 stock. Bada bing, bada boom. And that's game 1 of reset.
Well done, well done.
Thank you. That felt good.
Looked good too from Zomba's perspective. A 3 stock in game 1.
Zomba had the double commentary layup there in that game number 1. I appreciate it for that. Yeah. Zomba, we'll have you on comms anytime, man. Good man.
Good man. Good man. He's doing well. He's got his girlfriend in the tag. He's thriving right now after a game. Or reminder, game 3 winners finals. Zomba said, "You got it," and basically forfeited his last stock.
I thought, honestly, right there, I'll be completely real with you guys. I thought the tournament was over right there. I thought he was mentally checked out and Syrup was just going to take the whole thing in a sweep. But now we're here in reset. Zomba brings it back in game 5 in the first set of grands. And he's now up 1-0 in reset. Okay, Ubel, Syrup, you've been met with this dilemma from Syrup. What do you do here?
Syrup has found a lot of success off of optimization of his conversions. That is reliant already on the idea that you're winning neutral at all, sadly, which Zomba's kind of just like not letting him. He's playing around these burst ranges, covering air dodges and everything in between so effectively. What Syrup is missing right now is the neutral mix-up. His minecarts are becoming rather stable. Everything where all the tricks and traps that would allow Steve to find that free hit are just lost right now. And Zomba's taking full advantage of Syrup becoming ever more predictable in hunting for that perfect hit. And sometimes you can't take the perfect hit. You just have to take anyone and see how far you can go.
If you're gonna get an opening, you cannot take it for granted. Usually these guys, they think about it, they don't take it for granted, bro. But right now, they can.
Wow, what a
challenge! All the way out of the corner, 114 already on Syrup right now. You can challenge him again with the Nair. The Nair's been putting in work for Zomba so far this set. Kurtel's not gonna find the pick up there again. Syrup biding his time again. I'm thinking for those up tilts. Not gonna find it again. Like uncharacteristic drop right there from Syrup.
Yeah, Syrup seemingly like hard reading SDI in a lot of the time, like towards the center of the stage over and over, and Zomba's just not giving it to him. Very willing to mix up DI and then challenge, and not to mention the max rage just really throwing off these added combos. Despite them being wood and stone tools, it's doing too much knockback for Syrup to convert off of anything, and now you're just left with a straight hit game with suboptimal tools because you haven't gotten the chance to mine. Not even enough gold. Okay, the up smash is always going to work, but you're just so far behind on the damage race unless you're finding big offstage stocks, which are already difficult because Rob's recovery is so good. You've got to make sure this hit counts.
And Ubel, good golly, it counted.
It counted.
Golly, man. There we go. That's what we need to see.
Yeah, that's right through the uprights.
You got to make it count. You recognize, as Steve, you can find so much more of these things. You're kind of overthinking it right now. A lot of your setups. But now Zomba taking that back, saying, you know what? You still got it in here somewhere. So I've got to close the game out as fast as I can.
A diamond here is kind of pivotal in order to make this 60% comeback. Oh, try for the double toss. And Syrup challenged. No jump. Has the way to get back thanks to the Elytra. Forcing Zomba to go high, but he was already committing to do that. Hence the forward air. And then the clash hasn't been touched on this stock and might not be. Oh, okay, surviving thanks to the R.O.B not being fully charged. 151% and one more up tilt. Nair, not gonna do it.
What are these nairs, man?
He's working on the perfect stock here. Not quite gonna get the 0 on the board, but hey, at 179, you're just kind of waiting to see what comes next. Barely whiffing it.
That was it.
Yeah, the top platform we kind of threw things off. Still surviving, 189.
Max Rage here on the team. Zomba needs to stock right now.
Hello.
Or that's gonna be over. The double wall. Back from the corner, Zomba going super high. Biding time patiently, waiting for Zomba. Here, fishing for it right there. The Gyro gonna delete that minecart. Still hanging on just fine, waiting for the landing here from Zomba. The gold back pickaxe. Not gonna close out for him just here, keeping him safe on shield. Now Zomba looking for literally anything to get back in the game. The R.O.B coming out the Gyro. Staying patiently here. Slow minecart to cover that ground. Zomba not worried about the minecart.
Oh,
If there's anything, the pick up there.
Oh! No, okay. But you can jump in then immediately fast goal because you can cover both because it takes 30. For those that aren't aware, here's some numbers. When you pop out of the minecart, it takes 30 frames before you're actionable. This allows Steve to do
half a second, by the way.
That is half a second. And most of the time, things in fighting games, you cannot track with the human eye reliably, especially in platform fighters, because moves come out on things like frame 5, for instance. You are stuck in the I popped out of the minecart for 30 frames.
That's pretty trackable with the human eye, man.
Yeah, you can watch him go.
I'm kind of butt at the game. I can track 30 frames. You know what's 30 frames? Zangief Heavy Punch. That's 30 frames. More like 34. I just have it's somewhere around that range.
Yeah.
But yeah, and so they're recognizing that and going all the way out there and challenging. But game number 3 here of Reset, and Zero, again, like we mentioned, going into this saying, you know what? I've been taking a lot of these situations for granted. I gotta turn up. I am playing Steve in Minecraft. Yeah. I'm gonna make that count.
Yeah. That last stock was a perfect example of take the opportunities when they're there. Don't feel too bad about trying to always master the perfect combo, but go for the perfect combos because the stock before that was just, I got a grab and I killed you. And that's the perfect balance between how Steve can act in some games and some stocks. He can bring it back from the jaws of the speed because he can do that whenever he wants.
Exactly. And now, second stocker immediately opting for that back air. R.O.B can't do that whenever he wants, but Zomba can do whatever he wants.
Yeah. Zomba's been playing this insane. Syrup has been playing this insanely. I mean, a 186% comeback does not just happen unless Syrup is playing around exactly Zomba's win conditions that he knows he's looking for in that moment. So it's just now a matter of, like, honestly, there's a game of chicken. Who's playing around what, when, and why, and what are you willing to show off in your poker hand to turn neutral into advantage?
There we go. Up tilt coming out again.
Hello.
On that platform. Nice tech chase there with the anvil. No materials up. One piece of dirt coming in the back pocket here from Syrup. A little bit of crumbs. Not going to find that. The up tilt. No, prisoner off of that up smash. Thing up the slow minecart there. Again, burning your last piece of iron. You have no mixing recovery. Just waiting for the Elytra. Has the right idea. But rolls in there. The one option you could do. And Zomba was not ready for it. The down tilt, gonna catch the tech in place with the down smash. Again, lack of materials there coming to bite Syrup right there. As Zomba 127, stock away from moving up here and taking this game 3.
Oh, a challenge from Syrup there. Not trying to let Zomba get away with some of the more brazen recoveries and brazen offensive plays that he had been before, and he's not going to let him get away with it this time either. The challenging forward air, 64%, but the coverage not going to let Syrup set up a minecart or a Elytra or anything right there. Just going to nip that in the bud and go to game 4. Suddenly, we're back on tournament point for Zomba.
Dude, this is the same guy that was like getting pieced up for Delta Force 2 sets ago. And now it's like, he completely took that as like a mental sign of like, dude, you gotta wake up.
You gotta lock in.
Gotta lock in. And
he is.
He most certainly is. Game 4, possibly final stock here in the tournament. Game 9 of Grand Finals. Game 4 of Grand Finals Reset. Will we make it all the way to Game 10?
Yeah. Game 12 of how many they played today.
Lots of fun to have here on the commentator side. Steve R.O.B.
I wonder. So this has been Syrup's counter pick as well. So Zomba has changed his bans previously from being presumably FD and small battlefield, FD battlefield to now FD small battlefield. Hence why we're going back to battlefield opening, presumably, or some different stage that allows this to happen.
Yeah.
The interesting thing is Zomba has been going back here too, just running it straight back. So I wonder if Zomba's truly trying to really take what Steve is good at and make it his own.
I think that's exactly the idea he's going for. It's recognizing that Syrup can kind of get over-aggressive and overconfident in a lot of these options, and then recognizing the reversal potential of R.O.B as a character. The high recoveries, the snares from the top, you know, the laser shenanigans are all, I mean, they also you count something like that when you're going all the way out there. But that's a given for Steve always. So it's like Zomba recognizing that fully and still just into the fray, through the fire and the flame.
He's carrying all the way on right now, barely missing that forward smash to try and catch the neutral getup. Had a read on it too. 109% Syrup. Seldom has had a lead here this set, these past two sets. He's been thriving off of the explosive plays and the long-winded comebacks, but not quite this moment. Has a chance to maybe extend this lead if Zomba lets him, but
not gonna let him.
It doesn't seem like that's in the cards.
Never mind, Zomba, my bad. Clearly, you want to give it to him. Oh, never mind, never mind.
They're both sellers.
These guys are merchants, bro.
Yeah, they're selling at the deadline.
They are Grand Finals reset merchants. That's it, man. And
this shield
is back in the corner with double walls. Get back into the Zomba again, challenging with those nairs, getting Syrup on the back foot. He's lacking in the materials, going high with that Elytra, the slow drift back. Gets him back in, find some good pressure with those nils.
Yeah, had a pickup, seeming like trying to compensate, it looked like, for the added hit stun on Diamond, but it kind of messed up his combo timing just a little bit. Still, I mean, 77 damage is certainly there, especially when you're finding the roll-in up-tilt back airs, a quintessential part of Steve's kit. It'll make a difference when those up-tilts become up-tilt up-smashes instead, which is certainly going to close out stocks here and now if he gets the opportunity to. But Zomba's been playing around the roll-in by doing exactly this. It's like, I'm going to give you that roll-in space and harass you from that mid-range with down tilts and gyros and robo beams and everything in between. And nairs, especially. A lot of nair.
A lot of nair. We love nair. Oh! By that grab, down throw coming out, up tilt into the upper. Actually, we're in there. Yeah, we gotta stop. Try to.
We're just talking heads. It's fine.
Oh! What's between the two stone blocks? That was spooky.
Yeah, that's through the uprights.
Now they're avoiding that. Gyro's going under it with the minecart. Now Syrup putting Zomba at the final stock here. The center four. Down throw coming out into the up tilt into an up air, but not gonna find it. Great DF for Syrup.
Yeah. Percent might just
the
be
gonna do it.
Okay, cleaned up. That was getting into a dangerous percent where there was no conversions off of throws, just needed an up throw to close out the stock, but finds the back air, gets an opportunity to just play at these low percentages that you generally want to be playing at. Gets the gyro toss, forward air, 46%. Still climbing with the back air as things even up. Footstool, just trying to get right on by. But we're back to this game plan, and as long as Syrup has a ton of iron, those towers will be incredibly hard to get rid of.
An air into the forward air again.
Oh, hello.
Out of the corner, waiting patiently on the top platform. Not going to find too much of a fun. Getting him out of there. 90%. Another diamond in the back. Rebuilding those tickets. Now want to lose it in the less scenarios. Coming out again. Around there with that gyro playing with Nair. Into the 30 frames. Going to get called out. Oh! No question there. He's going to trying to go for the back air. Very well being coming online, the gyro as well. Not gonna find the F smash just yet. Zomba getting out of there. So much danger.
He was stuck on the end.
Is that it is? Oh my!
And that's the tournament.
Just off of that, bro.
Off of a no kill spark, no flash screen, no nothing. Just a DI mix-up. Guess for game.
That's game 9 of Grand Finals. Goes out like that. Basically a way to end the tournament, truly. And honestly,
well played.
Like a testament to like the explosive nature of Zomba as a player, right? Or it's funny because I prefaced early on in Winners Finals I talked about Syrup. What's my favorite thing about Syrup as a player? Oh, the way he's able to adapt on the fly and to make his opponents constantly keep them guessing. What did Zomba do in Grands? He did exactly that. Yeah. Syrup became the more predictable player. Syrup became throwing a lot of those minecarts later in, slower minecarts, becoming predictable. The way he's playing in neutral, where he's going for his anti-airs, right? And Zomba going from starting game number 1 with these super like defensively played, holding tightly there on PS2, to now pulling it up and pushing the gas pedal and putting it back and putting on the over-aggressive state. Zomba has not taken the role of like, I feel like this is like a big hurdle for him as a person.
Yeah.
I feel like I've witnessed like a Zomba turning point today, honestly.
Yeah.
In his gameplay.
You mentioned at the beginning, Zomba is one of those players that has super high highs and super on days, and some days you can tell he's a little bit cooler off. We're playing a little bit more passive, not as pedal to the metal, like a little bit more selective in how he wants to play. This entire Grand Finals and True Final set, all 9 games, felt like we were turning dials and flipping switches and in a total mystery about which Zomba we were going to get game to game, stock to stock, moment to moment. And while it led to a incredibly back and forth set, because Syrup has his own level of flexibility and ability to turn on and turn up when he really needs to, Zomba was just doing it in all phases of the game, willing to stay back. And as soon as you're ready to adapt to Zomba playing a lot more back and a lot more full screen, suddenly he's playing half screen. He's playing, and he's playing at close range. He's playing at range 0, ready to scrap and press rising fair and down tilt spam and turn around F tilt on those roll-ins. Everything about Zomba was always, how can I keep you guessing? And for a character like Steve, who is, despite everything he is strong at and all the coverage that happens, and the players like Syrup who have so many strong attributes at exactly doing those things, it becomes tough when you're forced to constantly reposition and relocate, when every time you do, it requires you to commit to a jump as Steve, or commit to a block as Steve, or commit to utilizing iron, and you're always trying to play catch-up, and that can never be a winning formula.
100%, man. I mean, all in all, very much like interesting think piece for Grand Finals today.
Very much.
I had a great time thinking about this, talking it out with my good friend, Henry Ubel. Now, got anything to add? Before you say add anything, happy birthday, man.
Thank you.
Happy birthday, bro.
Genuinely, thank
Everybody
you.
in Twitch chat right now, I want to see happy birthday, Ubel. Kelvin, I need you to keep track. Happy birthday, Ubel, from every single person in Twitch chat right now. You got anything to plug, man?
Nothing directly. I'm just happy to be here, happy to keep casting. This event was really fun. It was like very much throwback vibes in a lot of ways. If you're interested in finding me, I do a lot of casting for a variety of games, including Smash Ultimate, Rivals of Ether 2, and Tekken 8 as of late. You can find me right down there, Twitter, Twitch, and Blue Sky, all UBL267. Thank you.
Me, you can catch me, I'm on the mic, on most social medias for all of my on the mic shenanigans. I've been all over the world lately, all over the place, on the microphone. If you got a microphone, better watch out. I'm coming for it. I said before,
Mild threat.
by the end, very mild, in Minecraft. By the end of the summer, you guys will be sick of hearing this voice, and I apologize in advance. But yeah, that's about it. Thank you, of course, as always, for Kelvin on production over there. That's my goat for locking it in, as
Absolute
always.
king.
Shout out to Mr. Nick Zonak on the main stream. Actually, we're on the side stream.
Twitch.tv/Collision Series TV is still going with Melee Top 8 right now. I think that is also in Grand Finals. So if you're interested in some classic Melee action, you can check out Twitch.tv/Collision Series TV. I'm assuming we're going to be rating that after we wrap up here. Momo, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you all. To the beautiful viewers at home, and anyone interested in checking out the other tournament or just anything else for Collision, be sure not to go anywhere, and have a good night.